I still remember the first time my partner took me to a virtual reality gaming suite. I remember the visceral sense of foreboding as the zombies slowly crept up on me from all sides. I remember feeling afraid. And when we recently tried out PlayStation's VR offerings, I was reminded of just how powerful this form of immersion can be.
You know, it's interesting how far back in the room you've gone.
That means that cave is pretty big.
Yeah, it means the shark was pretty real.
Of course, as Sarah Hudson and co-authors note, immersion is both a multifaceted construct and subjectively experienced, and I want to unpack what this means here. Among other things, immersion in VR involves an intricate combined appeal to one's senses of sight, hearing, and touch. Pivoting on expanded forms of user agency, players get to make decisions and take actions that influence the stories and environments that they experience and hence participate in. Trying out some 360 video making has been on my to-do list for a while, especially after my colleague Danielle Teychenne showed me just how straightforward it is to record footage with a 360 camera and phone app. The more exciting immersive possibilities of VR are, at the moment, beyond my reach for a number of reasons, but there may well come a day. So for now, I'll settle on a hypothetical. Teaching social media to people who, for the most part, have never known a time when smartphones were not a permanent bodily attachment, I often talk to students about the need to make technology strange, by imagining a time when someone couldn't Google a street address in an instant, or had to wait for a date at a restaurant without their phone for company. This isn't to promote a dystopian perspective, to suggest that things were so much better back in the old days. They were just different. Making our digital media world strange serves to highlight the transformative impact that digital devices have had on society. It seems to me that VR could help make things strange both on a thematic and aesthetic level. So here I propose the following: a Make It Strange VR experience, where users get to move between different settings from a busy train car to the long queue of a theme park ride, and at the flick of a switch, all modern technology can be made to disappear. The experience wouldn't need to be long, but it has the potential to provoke thought, discussion and debate about how we perceive human behaviour in very different contexts, and how this is represented in cultural forms, with the VR game itself being an example of this. Of course, if I had the resources and hardware to design this, the meanings generated wouldn't come from me alone. Leighton Evans explains that VR immersion is not only, quote, a tightly crafted emergent property of visuals, sounds, narratives and haptics, or touch, end quote, but also heavily dependent on, quote, the mood or orientation of the user towards the VR experience itself. In other words, the attitude of the student users themselves toward the idea of being engaged by a teacher using VR, and even the notion of wearing a headset generally, is crucial to how effective the experience will be. For this reason, bringing students along for the ride, so to speak, would ideally involve more than simply presenting them with a seat on a VR vehicle that's already been completed. As Damien Blake said in a teaching and learning workshop I attended in 2019, virtual reality offers us new ways to harness collaboration, participation, and the multi-voicedness of democracy, and I don't think this should only exist within a virtual construct. Student ideas and feedback can be fundamental to discovering what works. The increasing emphasis on teacher-student co-creation as being at the cutting edge of innovative digital learning practice gestures to the value of bringing the minds of students and educators together much earlier in the process. In fact, this would arguably help prevent VR from being simplistically embraced for novelty alone. So, in that spirit, whether you're a student or a teacher, let me know what you think about the Make It Strange idea. There's a good chance that it will never come to be. But new things always start with ideas. What VR experience would you like to see used to engage students in their learning? What would you make if you could do anything? How would you like to be immersed? In the meantime, I'll just keep dodging those zombies.
Nope, 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 nope.
you know, like it's so, oh, it's a big turtle.